Hello friends, Brandy here with Falcon Healing Arts, where I help families heal on every level. And today I want to talk to you about authenticity. Why is it important to be authentic? How do you know if you're being authentic? And I want to share how learning your human design is a really easy way to align with your authentic self. I'm thinking about this subject today because last week I did 2 really great podcasts where I talked about traditional Chinese medicine and the shamanic work that I'm doing. And in both of the podcasts, the hostesses had one really big question in the beginning, which was, how did you make such a huge shift in working in biotech to doing what you're doing now? And it all came down to my need to being fully authentic. I didn't believe in what I was doing as a biotech research associate. I was working with proteins that were put in conventional cleaning products that I knew were harming people, and so I wasn't even buying them and using them. So I really did feel like I was living this big lie and kind of this double life where I was disconnected from my work and what I believed in. And what was so frustrating is I knew I had the potential to do something so much bigger than this. And also knew that this was going to be unfulfilling until I really got to know myself and was able to share my gifts with the world. And that is what authenticity is. It's living your life according to your own values, not by somebody else, not from your employer's values or your friends or your parents or other people who have influenced you in your life. When you're being authentic, you're breaking out of conditioning. You're breaking away from the collective values, such as getting into a good school, being the perfect employee, having a certain amount of children, making certain choices for your body, or even voting in a particular way. When you're authentic, it may mean leaving the crowd and forging your own path. And in my personal experience, it is well worth it to face any criticism that might come up, to really confront any fears you might have in order to discover your truth. It's important to be authentic because you gain respect, not just self-respect, but also respect from people around you. And again, that may take some time. They may not understand it in the beginning, but once they see that you are living according to your own values, that will be something that they deeply respect. You'll learn to trust yourself, and this breeds confidence. People will see that you're honest with yourself, and therefore they know that you are being honest with them. And it's way less stressful to rely on your inner compass instead of expecting the world around you to change or to get advice from people around you constantly. So you know that you are living authentically when you see those shifts, when you see those things start to change. In general, life will be more in a flow. You don't need to try as hard because you're simply living your truth. Now, mindfulness and having self-awareness are definitely skills that you need to have in order to realize your authenticity. And this is why, honestly, people get really stuck because they don't have these skills. They don't value acquiring these skills. Or they're giving their power to someone else. They don't feel that it's appropriate to question, or just simply don't believe that they can make different choices in their life. So learning your human design makes living authentically so much easier. It tells you what to look for to gauge whether you are on your path or not. And it's a bridge for people who don't have the self-awareness skills and helps them get in touch with their feelings and to engage in more self-inquiry. Human design is a system that combines astrology, the chakras, I Ching, and the Kabbalah. And when we put in our birth time, place, and date into this logarithm, a mandala is created, and we learn that we're one of 5 energy types: generators, manifestors, manifesting generators, which is a hybrid of the two. There are also projectors and reflectors. And these energy types have different what we call self themes. This is what you feel when you are living authentically. And then there is a not self theme. And this is when we know that we are off the path and need to make changes. So I am a generator. I'll use this as an example first. Generators know that they are living authentically when they are deeply satisfied. So when they do work that feels so good, or when they make decisions that really leave them feeling fulfilled. And the not self theme of frustration is what comes up when we are not on our path. And this is what I was feeling in this example when I made this huge work-life change, is that I was feeling so frustrated in my job and there was nowhere for me to go. I did try changing departments because I thought that was the issue. I started exploring other hobbies, but I really just needed to quit. And when I made that decision, and then I did know which career path I was taking with traditional Chinese medicine, there was no more questioning. I was so deeply satisfied with this choice, and then life was in flow after that. So it was very validating. And again, human design was not in my life at that time, but now looking back, I can see how I aligned with myself and not self themes. Now, with the other energy types, manifestors will feel very peaceful when they are in their self theme. And they know that they are not themselves, and they are not when they are living inauthentically, when they are feeling a lot of anger coming up around a certain situation. Now, I said manifesting generators, they're a hybrid generator, so they are a little bit manifestors. And so they will be feeling satisfied when they're in their self theme. And when they are frustrated, that often turns into anger, like a manifestor. That's when they know that they need to make a shift in order to align to their authentic nature. Projectors experience a lot of success, and that's when they know they are living aligned and fully authentic. They will experience bitterness when they are off track and making inauthentic choices. And then the last energy type, which are reflectors, they feel surprised, more like a childlike curiosity and pleased with everything happening in the world, that there's all these surprises that bring them joy. And when they are not living authentically, then they feel disappointment. So you definitely need to be in touch with these feelings still if you are going to look at your human design in order to gauge whether you're living authentically or not. So you can't get around that self-awareness and knowing how you're feeling in a particular situation. But once you know your energy type, your self and not self themes, you know what to look for, and you will start to see these themes show up over and over again because life is funny that way, that things seem to happen over and over until we learn lessons and start making appropriate choices in order to bring your life more in flow. You can definitely explore this all on your own. I offer 1 week of coaching along with my human design readings, which will help you identify the situations where you need to align, where you need to adjust. So giving you advice that way if you need it. And you can get more information about those readings in the description below. Whenever I find that I'm living inauthentically, it's usually because there is this big disconnect between what I'm believing and what I am doing. And this disconnect does move into other areas of my life. So affects my health and my relationships. And you'll likely notice the same thing too once you bring more awareness around this. And even though it may be a little uncomfortable in the beginning, it is definitely powerful because then you're able to make conscious changes in just one area of your life and be able to affect all the others. So I hope this was interesting for you. Thank you so much for watching. And if you did find this helpful, please like this video, share it with a friend, and feel free to leave any feedback in the comments below. Consider subscribing if you would like other helpful videos on how to find health and happiness in body, heart, mind, and spirit. Well wishes, friend.